Hey you guys, I'm Eve the Weave. This is Married to the Medicine, episode 2. And I'm going to give you the other one right after this, but I'm not going to put them all together because that doesn't make no sense to add them all together. That's going to be too long of a video. But Dr. Heavenly, she's in the living room messing with her daughter as usual. And Laura is not feeling it. Like, Ma, she's at that age. She's like, Ma, you're annoying. Can you get away from me? And Dr. Heavenly is not having it, but she knows she has to mess with Laura a little bit. Then Dr. Damon walks in and she starts telling Dr. Damon about the sex party that they had for Simone and what Mariah had said to her about the sex party and how she can bring the receipts and all of that stuff. So, of course, he acts like he's a little bit upset, but like I said, I don't feel like he's all that upset. I feel like he's putting on a fucking front. Like, oh, why would she say that about me? And I'm like, nigga. Any other nigga would have been like, what the fuck she talking about? Where'd she get that from? It wasn't none of that. It was, why would she say that about me? So mean. Like, nigga. Anyway, so they moved to Dr. Contessa and Scott. And yes, I have my notes here because thank God I saved them because like I said, the other video got messed up. So this is why I'm uploading episode 2 again because I didn't want another flip video. And plus I erased it by accident. But anyway, then we moved on to Dr. Contessa and they family and Scott, Dr. Scott. And they're with the kids in the morning and the kids, one of the daughters started choking. Now here we go. How I feel about this whole little thing. The daughter starts choking or whatever. And production don't feel like they should stop rolling. They ain't even break for not 1 minute because they doctors, they feel like they should just handle it and keep rolling with the tape. Like what if they couldn't handle it right then and there? What if something was large in her throat? And then what? Y'all would have still been taping? I felt like that was a little bit like, it just so happened she started choking while y'all taping. And bullshit. It ain't that many coinky things in the world. But anyway, Dr. Contessa got it out the back of her throat. And they were still talking about her father coming to visit and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm still not believing that whole throat thing. But they're talking about her father being sick and coming to visit them and how he's the only grandparent left and all of that stuff. So, I noticed she said something. She said, and this is where you be like, are you living in a bubble, girl, or who you talking to? She says, I don't know nobody in their right mind who would just leave their kids and not take care of them. Bitch, what the fuck is you talking about? Why you think they got child support court and all that stuff? Because somebody left somebody and didn't think about them and they was in their right mind. Just because I can understand your situation with your father, you saying that he was on drugs and he was in and out your life and everything like that. But I know plenty men and women, yeah, because it's not always men all the time. I know a lot of single parents, a lot of single men out here and they doing their thing. And they raise their kids going to college and all that. And with that being said, I know plenty of parents on both sides, male and female, that leave their kids all the time and they be in their right mind and they don't even be on freaking drugs. They just don't want the responsibility. So I don't know what type of bubble you living in, Contessa, but I'm gonna need you to snap up out of it. I want somebody to burst that bitch bubble, please. Thank you. So moving on, she wants her father to come stay with her, and that's what's gonna happen with that situation. Then we move on with Quad, and she's with the girls from Sister Circle, and they're talking about her marriage and everything, and she starts crying and all of that stuff. And she's saying that my other girlfriends wouldn't understand. I guess talking about Toya and all of them and whatever. This is why I really don't want to be around them like that because they're going to want me to talk about it and the way they're going to be doing too much. And she doesn't want to deal with that right now. And this is why she'd rather be with her Sister Circle friends. I'm going to come back to that in episode 3. I'm going to talk about that again because now I understand why she didn't want to be around her married to the medicine girls, and she'd rather be around the sister circle girls. And it cuts over to Toya's having a birthday party. Well, Toya is having a birthday. She's not throwing herself a birthday party. Actually, she's acting like she's throwing herself a birthday party, and technically the surprise party is going to be for Eugene. He got a raise, and he's doing good things, and he's in a better place financially. So she's throwing him a party, but she's acting like it's her birthday party. So they cut over to Dr. Simone, and Dr. Simone comes home with the big picture from the sex party or whatever. She's trying to hang it up before Cecil gets home or whatever. But as she's trying to hang it up, as she's trying to hang it up, she's hanging it up by the TV. And as she's trying to hang it up, Cecil walks in as she's trying to hang it up, and he's laughing at her like, so you gonna hang that right there by the TV? And where's the sexy outfit at? You should have had the sexy outfit on when you was hanging it up, so when I come home, But see, Simone is not in that place, Cecil, boo. So of course she was going to have the sexy outfit on. Duh. She not there with you yet, boo. And it is what it is. You have to wait till she get there. And I hope she gets there, because in episode 3, I'm going to need her to get some or something, because the way she acted in episode 3 was horrible. But we on episode 2 right now, so we're going to talk about that. And they get into like a little small, they go downstairs to have dinner or whatever, and they get to like a small argument because she's asking about the next therapy section, and he's telling her, why do we need a therapist to talk about everything? And she's telling him, because you don't listen to me and you don't understand me and we're not understanding each other, so I feel like we should have another therapy session with a therapist. And he's saying basically why we just can't work out our issues with our marriage by ourselves. I'm not understanding why we need a therapist for every little thing. But they get into a little argument or whatever, and this is why you gotta need a therapist, Cecil. Because they're not understanding each other right now. Somewhere down the line is some type of miscommunication. And Cecil is trying to have sex, and Simone is not. So Simone says, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. He said, you always tired, you always going upstairs and going to sleep. She said, that's cold for I don't want to have sex. He said, and he kept making his drink. He patted her on the head like a little puppy, and then he went upstairs. Let me tell you something. If I ever have a husband or a boyfriend, he pat me on the head like that, I'm going to feel some type of way, because when he did it to her, I felt some type of goddamn way. But they cut over to Jackie, and Jackie is talking to Eva from Housewives of Atlanta, because she's having her baby and she's uncomfortable, and they talking or whatever. And Dr. Jackie is doing Dr. Jackie things. She's being a doctor. So then they cut over to Heavenly, and and she's with this Dr. K guy, and Dr. K is an anger management doctor. And somewhere down the line, like I said before, about Heavenly is trying to explain how she feels about Mariah and this and this and that and the third. I understand all that, but at the end of the day, there's something wrong with Dr. Heavenly somewhere down the line, because you don't have that gastric bypass surgery. And I noticed some people, not going to say all, but I've known some people to act like that after the gastric bypass. They get all up in their little feelings. They feel like everything should be about them. They shady as hell. And I know people that's real regular, and you wouldn't even know that they had the gastric bypass. They're still humble, still regular. But I did know one girl, y'all, that I used to work with, honey. And I've always been my same size, voluptuous. I've always been like this. And she seen this shirt that I had on one day. So homegirl goes back out the door. When she just came in, she goes back out the salon and goes and gets the same exact shirt, same color, same everything. Oh, Eve, I didn't even know you had that shirt. I said, bitch, please. You knew I had this pink ass shirt on. Everybody knows pink is my favorite color. I'm going to need her to fall back and fucking stop the shit. A bitch like me went right out and bought me another shirt, because a bitch don't like to look like another bitch when you went out there and got another shirt. I can see if she came in initially with the shirt on, but you went and got the shirt on purpose. I ain't got time for it. So I took my shit off and put my brand new shit on. Hello. Now what? Go buy this shirt too, then. You're going to be buying for days, because I'm going to change up for days, bitch. So But yeah, Dr. Heavenly, there's something going on with Dr. Heavenly. She's very shady. She act like she's never been big before, like, like she was never ashamed of her body. She picking, picking, picking. And this is why I'm happy that Mariah is there, like I said. Because Mariah is going to keep Heavenly in line, baby. Everybody else act like they pussyfoot around Heavenly and let her say whatever the fuck she want. Mariah is not having it. And she going to come through like the queen that she is. So they cut over to Toya's party. And they cut over to Toya's party. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone goes there early to make sure everything is right and the decorations is right for Toya. Because like I said, Toya is with her husband, and her husband don't know it's a surprise party. It's really for him. So everybody starts coming to the party, and the party is getting all packed, and people, they all sitting there, and they discussing things, and this and this and that and the third. And they asked where Quad was at, and Quad said that she couldn't come because she had business to do with Sister Circle or whatever, so she's doing that. So Cecil sees Simone, and when he came into the party, he sees Simone in her little sexy outfit, right? So he said, oh, you look good, because she had a little nurse's outfit on, because that's the theme, is doctors and it's nurses. So it was a hospital themed party. So he says, you look sexy as a nurse. You should have been a nurse. And she paused and everybody started laughing. But it was an awkward pause. I don't even know why they put that pause in there. But anyway, bravo. Then, what else happened? Yeah, because these notes is crazy. And then Dr. Damon walked in, right? You know Simone funny than a motherfucker. She said, well, Dr. Damon is always dressed like a doctor, because every time he go to the event, he always dressed the same. So he right on point with this one. He ain't got to dress up. He's already dressed for the occasion, which is true. He's always dressed like that. He comes in scrubs. I don't care what event they have. He's always coming in his scrubs. Always. Because he's always coming straight from the hospital. Right. But that part was funny though. She was not lying though. So Mariah and her husband come in, and Mariah, of course, because they just had that argument, she walked right past. She walks right past Dr. Heavenly, and Simone, Mariah, if she got a shady little moment, honey, she gonna let that shit be known. So she said, I was gonna come with some greasy weave, with a greasy weave, and my name tag that says devilish or something like that, trying to be Dr. Heavenly. Basically, she was saying she's gonna dress up as Dr. Heavenly, but she said she ain't wanna look like that. So, and Cecil says, did you say greasy weave? She said, you heard me, I said greasy weave. And see, this is why I love Mariah. So, Toya pulls up with her husband, and Dr. Heavenly, she gonna say in the confessional, oh, I like Toya because I like how she uplifts her man, because that's all she got to do, because she ain't got no job. I said, and this is why I like Mariah there, because she's so fucking shady. She didn't have to say that about Toya. She had to say that about Toya at all, but she chose that little moment to dig right at Toya for no particular reason. She does a lot of her digging in the confessionals, so about the ladies. I noticed that too. She do it in front of their face, but a lot of it goes on in them confessionals. But, yeah, so, what else happened? And let's see what else happened. So the girls is talking in a circle. Everybody's there. They say surprise to Eugene. Eugene's still stuck sitting there, child. He don't even know a surprise. Poor baby. And then he finally caught on and he was like, oh, thank you or whatever. So now all the girls are standing there. They having their little circle and they talking about Contessa. And they were saying, and Toya's still like a baby. She want to be all in her feelings about why Contessa can't be there. Contessa's not there because Contessa's father's coming and he's sick, and she been waiting for him. His flight was delayed, and now and her kids is home. I'm gonna leave my sick father home with my kids? Like, no, ding ding. But anyway, so Heavenly comes over there into the group. And Mariah's sitting there. So she tries to say hi to Mariah. So Mariah instantly says, oh no, I don't speak to dentists. I'm a doctor. She had to throw that shade in there real quick. So, and then she said, no, I'm just playing. But, she had to throw that shade in there real quick. It was real cute. I laughed at it. That shit funny. But, so the men is talking, and they talking to Cecil about his marriage and all that stuff. And they asking him what's going on in the marriage and everything like that. And, he's talking to the fellas. The fellas is having a talk. Contessa's husband is there. And they talked about Dr. G and why Dr. G didn't come, because he knew that's Quad's group. And why would I make it awkward if Quad is going to be there? I'm not coming because I don't want it awkward for her, and I don't want it awkward for me, and I don't want a bunch of people asking me a bunch of questions. So, okay, so they skipped over after all that was said and done. So Dr. Heavenly, seeing Dr. Damon talking, this nurse walked up on Dr. Damon, white little cute little thing. She walked up on Dr. Damon, but Eugene was there too, so it wasn't like it was only Dr. Damon, but Heavenly peeps everything. So she peeped in, she slid her behind over there, and Eugene know how Toya get down, so he slid the hell away, like, I'm not even trying to get caught up in you, white girl, I gotta go, because you're not gonna get my motherfucking ass in trouble. So Dr. Heavenly slides over there with her slick ass and go say, hi, how you doing? What you talking to my husband about? You don't got nothing in common with my husband. My husband is a doctor, and y'all don't need to be talking. And shut that shit all the way down. Yes, she did. And real quick, she shut it down with the quickness. So it comes to the part where Toya's giving her speech before they cut the cake or whatever. And Toya's giving her speech and thanking all the people and saying that everybody needs to be here is here except Contessa. I didn't understand why she had to go there. So Contessa's husband spoke up for his wife, and he told Toya what was going on. So Heavenly got Contessa on the phone or whatever. Toya puts it on speakerphone, which was really stupid because you in a crowd full of people. You put it on speakerphone and then you turn right around and put the microphone to the phone so everybody can really hear it. And Contessa's telling her why she couldn't be there and all this and all that. And of course, Toya's still being shady because she's feeling some type of ways. And she, she says, bye, I love you, and hangs up with her. And then she says, well, I don't even understand. She just could have called me. So Dr. Scott said, listen here. Listen, her father come first. At the end of the day, this is a party. Her father is sick. And you sitting up there talking about my wife, you ain't gonna say it to her face. He got real upset because it's like, damn, you that petty that you would put it on speakerphone and all that. It was just really petty for Toya to do. It was a petty moment for her, and I really didn't like it because, come on, you gonna get on the speakerphone and shake the girl all at the same damn time? So, it just didn't make no sense. And then he told her, my wife don't have to tell you nothing. You should be lucky that she even said anything. She don't got to tell you shit. You know what I'm saying? That's her father. You just her friend and you having a birthday party. Please, one trumps the other and her father comes first. Bottom line. And he shut it down. Like, I'm not mad at him for shutting it down. So Heavenly, Heavenly be on her, she be a real child. And so Contessa, husband, I seen him talking to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But before he started talking to anybody else, I don't know if y'all heard him in the background. When they flipped over to Toya on camera, I heard him say in the background, Toya, it ain't always all about you. You ain't that important. I said, I wonder if anybody heard that in the background. But yeah, that's what he said. And then he started talking to somebody else. He was upset. Like, y'all not going to be talking about my wife. And if my wife was here, you wouldn't have really nothing to say about it. Duh, if your wife was there, she wouldn't be talking about it. I mean, come on. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't make any sense. First of all, let me tell you something. Toya is still mad at Contessa for saying what she said at the last party from last season when she got out the black, when she got out the red with her taxes and they threw that little stupid party. And like Contessa said, so we throwing a party for you paying your bills, something you should have been paying from the jump. So now you spend more money and throw a big party with red carpet and all that to show that you paid your bills now when Which is true. I was on contestant side with that shit last season too. But at the end of the day, Toya could have had a quiet dinner with just her and her friends, and that would have been that, and they would have been cool. But, you know, this is Toya. And I gotta admit, she has her little shady moments, but that's all that really happened in that episode. I'm gonna give y'all the next episode to episode 3, and we gonna keep it moving. Like I said, I'm Eve the Weave. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's talk about it in the comments, baby. Let's talk about it. Bye.